subtle confession that there is evil in us. The next question should come up with, how did evil get in us at birth? And that's very simple also, because when we open the Bible to Revelation chapter 12, and it starts speaking of the fall of the angels, meaning falling from grace, and a third of them fell with a being called Halal, which is what they have in Hebrew, which comes out to be Lucifer, or the torchbearer, or the light bearer in English. When they fell, they came to where? Earth. It says right in the Bible in Revelation chapter 12, there was found no place at all for them in heaven anymore. So they were sent down to earth after the war in heaven, where, as we explained last week, Michael and his messengers fought against Azazel, which was one of his names, or Tanush and his messengers. You follow that? And Tanush had a gospel to preach on earth the same way that God has a gospel that must be preached on this earth. You follow that? So he came down, but you're left there if you don't notice that it says, as our sister got the Bible open, that old serpent. That old serpent. We got to jump back to Genesis to find out, but we're in Revelations. So if it goes back to that old serpent, where do we find him at? Where do we find evil beings coming to earth? In Genesis chapter 6. Genesis chapter 6 says the sons of God. Right? And then later on, it says there was giants in the earth in those days. But the word giants there is, as I said earlier, Nephilian, or those who Nephil, fell down or came to earth. Now what did they do when they came to earth? They chose specific women. They say all that they chose, which means they didn't just take anybody. They said in Hebrew, they looked for women that were tob. That's the word, tob. Because whenever they say good in the Tanakh, they use the word tob in Hebrew. Whenever they use the word evil, they use the word ra'ah, not to be mistaken with Ray or Ra or Roy. They use the Hebrew used for Ra or Amun-Ra. But they say tob. So they chose a specific woman, good women, tob, and they went into them. Stop. Here we got beings coming down from heaven. Some of them were giants, and they went into women. What does went into women mean? They had sexual intercourse with them, because it says they produced children. If they went into a woman and had sexual intercourse with them, I know there's some doctors and nurses in here, then you know they had to have chromosomes. They had to have the 46 chromosomes